Hello, welcome back to another game on Arena. Today I want to show you a game that Viper also, I think, put on his YouTube, calling it the fastest Imperial Age. I guess it's one of the fastest ever on Arena that was used in a senseful manner. So Viper is actually going with his Byzantines against Slavs. I think that was random civilizations probably. This game was played in January as far as I remember, so it's been a while. But Viper showing us how fast you can actually go and still do something with that. Of course, Viper playing on another level than pretty much anybody on Arena, as we've seen on Master Arena 5. And we have Viper with the main gold forward, main stone forward, boar inside, third gold outside, second gold outside, second stone outside. The other boar is inside, as well as 3 deer, I guess. 1, 2, 3. So Viper has a lot of food available to himself. That's what you need when you want to go for a fast Imperial Age or a really fast one. Viper usually going with the 6 villager on a second sheep. Not sure if it's the best idea, but I guess it makes it easy because those villagers apparently have less idle time. Let's check that out. A little bit, but not so much. Most of the times when they're finishing one sheep and there is no other no other taken already, they need a little bit more time. Viper going to the close wood line. Actually, that's quite nice for him. I'm gonna try to show you all the benefits he gets in this map and maybe all the disadvantages he might have. Main gold also quite close, but not a really nice shape to put a lot of villagers on that. So he might get like 6-7 villagers on one side, but then he needs a second lumber camp. We have the standard build order for now, and I think I can go a little bit faster here than 50 speed and quickly go for macros game map, I guess. Let's stay on 50. Main gold safe in the back. We have deer and 1 boar inside, second boar coming up, third gold outside, second gold outside, relics close, second stone safe in the back, the main stone forwardish. But it doesn't really matter for now because I still want to keep an eye on Viper. Viper also going for the standard move, cutting the trees that are closest to the lumber camp. And the other 2 villagers cutting the trees that are second closest. Viper going for the standard 4 sheep, sending the next villager to boar. Actually, this boar is quite close, which should allow him to use those villagers and get the boar in the perfect timing. Otherwise, most of the times you need to take one of those villagers off of sheep and go for the boar. But it doesn't really make a lot of difference. Viper also going with a nice house here, starting a wall. And that boar even parking underneath the TC, that's perfect for the Viper. Next villager is going to berries. Right now, nothing really special happening. Viper also scouting around, not gonna find anything important. I think he can see everything in there he needs to know about. And sending villagers to get the berries, I guess that's gonna be 4 the standard way as well. And someone in between, oh, it's actually 4 deer inside. This is really helpful. Yeah, there's the villager going out from boar to take the next boar in. This one is quite far away, so Viper sending villager like at 160, 170 food maybe, and he might be late. I think he should send a sheep. Not sure if he's going to make that in time. We're going to find out. That's 70 left, possible. 2 hits, and the villager doesn't have loom, but the scout is around. I think Viper is going to block that, the boar a little bit. Yes, there we go. Still the 4 villagers, and the rest is on food for now. Yeah, needs to take a sheep. Viper here, going with another villager to build a house and a lumber camp. So at this point, 18 population. That villager that just came out is going to build the second lumber camp here. Viper wants to have enough wood, and the first farm also coming up with one of the injured ones. We have now 7 villagers on food underneath the TC. 1 taking the started sheep, the rest on board, and we have 2, 3 plus 4 plus 3 villagers right now on wood. So for now, the first interesting thing for me is Viper is going for early second lumber camp. Maybe quite early at least. Not sure about it. I can't really judge. I'm not a player. I'm not so fit when it comes to build orders. And Viper, of course, also luring the deer in, taking 3 villagers to using 3 villagers to take the first deer. The boar is on 150 food. 4 villagers on that, 2 on the sheep, and now more farms coming up. 4 plus 3 villagers on wood. Not 4 plus 4, which you could do, but usually doing that for a boom and then add a few more later on. Another house coming up on the right hand side. 2 farms are up. So Viper right now has 10 villagers plus the 4 on food, bringing the next sheep in, and that's 11 plus 4. I'm gonna try to keep a head count. Villager now going to gold. Where's the mining camp coming up? I'm not sure about that. That was perfect deer, and 1 villager idle for a little bit. Building another farm here. Mining camp coming up on that corner. I guess it's quite decent mining camp. There is like 2-3 villagers really close to this gold mine, and Viper still continuing to get the Deer towards the TC, now sending the next villager to wood. So 26 population, he has 4+4 villagers on the wood lines, the 4th farm coming up, and another villager going to gold. Let's see, he's probably going to go up 20, is he going 28 population? That would be quite early, but it's possible. Of course, we still have the 4 villagers on berries, and actually both players clicking up at exactly the same time, 10:02. We have both players on 28 population. Let's see what Viper is doing in late Dark Age, actually. He's got 5 farms up and running. That means we have a total of, what is that, 12+4 villagers on food. They're going to take the rest of the sheep now, 3 idle villagers for a little bit, but Viper caught them in time. Setting them to sheep, getting the last deer in. I think it's really important here to have actually 4 deer, not 3, otherwise Viper couldn't be that fast in my opinion. You need free food for that. And we have now that villager going on wood just to build a farm. Viper got enough wood for that. And we have the other 2 villagers taking sheep. So it's 6 villagers underneath the TC right now. 5 villagers in the meantime on berries. I guess he sent one of them. I didn't even see that. 2 villagers on gold and 4+4 on wood still. Viper a lot of wood in the bank, so he can go for more farms. Let's see what he's going to do when it comes to upgrades. Is he going to do double bit X or actually only later? Ooh, that deer running back. A little bit of bad luck here for the Viper. I think he's still going to try it. Blacksmith and market coming up with the villagers here from underneath the TC. 2 more farms on the way. And Viper is not going for any... No, not double bit X coming up actually. Very important to see. I don't think he's going to go for horse color here. Gold mining actually. Fast Imperial Age gold mining makes a lot of sense. Viper still got enough food for that. And he is getting that last deer in soon. We have 30 population for Viper. He's going to build another house soon. And now we have 8 farms up. Still 4 or 5 villagers on berries. We have 6 villagers on gold at this point in the game. Viper may send a few more later on if he wants to. And the last deer coming in. What villagers are going to use? Actually sending villagers back from wood to take the last deer. So more free food on the way. We do see horse color from Melkor. No horse color from the Viper. And Viper instead did the gold mining upgrade. Both players arriving at Castle Age exactly the same time. And for now, nothing changed. 8 villagers on wood, 5 villagers on berries, 6 on gold, and the rest underneath the TC on food, farms, and of course the 3 villagers on deer. Now, Melkor has gone for scouts, and he wants to try and take map control. Villagers now, sorry. Almost at his knees, damn it, gonna come up later on. 2 more farms coming up with the foragers, 1 villager going to wood. And now that's 8 villagers on gold at this point in the game. Viper, look at the resources. He's got enough to make the 2 buildings. And he has a lot of food in the bank already. So Viper's build order pretty much perfect. Melkor scouting a lot of the map. But for now I'm going to stay on Viper. We have 9 villagers actually. I miscounted. I guess he sent 1 more from the deer. Not sure. And that's something you need to follow or you need to know actually. Ooh, Viper getting a house here. That's not good. He's doing a loom even. Interesting to see. And oh, look at the resources. This is just crazy. University coming up, monastery coming up, 2 villagers on the university. Viper not even building a single villager in Castle Age apparently. Instead, he's clicked up to Imperial Age 1633. This is amazing. 1943 Imperial Age time. And of course now the first monks coming out. 1 mining camp only. He might need a second mining camp really soon with those. Actually only now 8 villagers because the other villager is building another monastery. And Viper of course can see the scouts here. And is going to try and run away for now. Melkor got 1 monastery. Ooh, why is the game paused? I guess it's some sort of bug because this game is quite old and there have been a few patches update. Oh, got lucky here. The patch 5.6 Rex only is actually working and we are over 1719. Can see Viper still running away and the second monastery on the way. As just said, he's got 10 farms, 9 farms, 9 farms. That's 9 farms apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be 10 farmers here. I'm miscounting. Don't see it. Okay, doesn't really matter. Barracks are coming up from the Viper as well. He is facing scout cavalry. So let's try and counter this. Light cav on the way from Melkor. And Viper right now with 11 villages on wood. With 11 villages on gold and going for Sanctity and the first monks actually. That's 2, 3 monks right now. Viper's gonna try and grab a few relics here. You can see only 2. This one close to his base. He didn't scout that one on the right hand side where the extra gold is. I think you can see the one close to Melkor's base. Yes, on the left hand side he's missing one. I think Melkor got one in already. No, but one on the way maybe. Yeah, there's a monk taking that relic in. So Viper right now, a lot of food in the bank again. Not sure if he bought something, but he had those farms for quite some time. time. Didn't have to invest a lot of food. He still doesn't have horse collar as far as I remember. And 2 monastery spearmen now coming up. You can see 2 spearmen and that's 4 monks. Viper up to Imperial Age. That is so damn fast. Chemistry coming immediately. That was the university was for. And I guess a siege workshop might come really soon. You can see Viper has the wood right now. Sending a villager forward, or maybe not. Don't really know where to go with that villager. Loom was done in Castle Age, so actually this villager cannot be attacked too easily with the light cav, and they're going back immediately. Now, block printing coming in Bowsaw. Very important to see. Viper is getting the wood upgrade. They still got 11 villagers on wood. He has 12 villagers, now also 11 on gold. And the farms are running low now, but still no horse color. I think these farms should still have only, what is that, 175 food? Is that a standard farm? Yes. And we have now a siege workshop coming up outside with 5 spearmen and 4 monks. Viper has the block printing upgrade done and did sanctity before. Illumination coming in as well. Doesn't really need theocracy because, let's face it, Viper is going to micro here as much as he can. Chemistry is done and we're going to see the first bombard cannon. Look at the resources from Viper. This is just amazing how he manages to keep his resources on track. Sending another villager to gold. He's still producing villagers here. Only got 4 or 5 farms working. A few idols here actually. But still, that's a dozen villagers on wood now, and he needs wood and gold for the bombard cannons. He's moving forward, not even caring about the relics. 2 in for Melkor. Melkor actually went with 3 TCs probably. Yeah, that's what we expect here with the Slavs and Bloodlines, and from Melkor actually, because he likes the playstyle, going for Castle Age army, and it's quite effective sometimes. Wilbur on the way from Melkor. Viper, the first bombard cannon out, and look at this is just amazing. 215 wood, now 225, next bombard cannon coming up. Of course, Viper doesn't have wheelbarrow. I guess 12 villagers on wood, and like, that's now 14 villagers on gold. It's gonna be a really nice count to get bombard cannons out. And we now have the walls going down fast. It's only 4 monks. Viper doing fervor. I think it works in the World of Kingdoms patch. And did you do atonement? I hope so. Militia, that was probably a misclick. And the villager trying to... Oh, militia got converted. What is Viper doing here? Now it's open. Villager and militia converted. That villager might be really important for Viper if he can get a few forward military buildings. Viper again, enough resources to go with the bombard cannon, almost at least. And sending in spearmen and 2 bombard cannons. The 4 monks still here. Atonement not done for anybody, I guess. The light calves might be dangerous. Look at this, the bombard cannons could got off guard. But light calf only 7 attack. The bombard cannons will be fine for now. And there's still amongst this spearmen. Viper actually moving forward. At home, 14 villagers, 15 maybe on gold, only 3, 4, 5 farmers up maybe, and Viper sending villagers to take wood. I guess he should build another lumber camp if he could, but he's investing into siege and monks. There's the 3rd bombard cannon coming up, and we're 25 minutes into the game. And we have still only 5, 6 monks now. It's not a lot, but the thing is, Melkor doesn't really have a lot of military units to defend this. He needs to go full castle right now. He's doing long swordsman upgrade, so he's going to standard infantry against the spearmen. I think that might be a decent idea because the bombard cannons are good against crossbowmen, and the spearmen obviously are going to be able to take down light cav easily. The other option is knights here, but Viper can add in monks so easily. And you can see Melkor low on resources, lost the TC. Viper probably getting another bombard cannon out. Yeah, this is just amazing. And from time to time he's doing a monk. So he's taking on military buildings at this point. Now he's got 7, 8 monks forward, adding a long swordsman to the spearman. And the 3 bombard cannons staying behind. Melkor was not anticipating this fast Imperial Age, I guess. And it's so hard to defend from it. Viper's playing like this. What can you do here? You can try and guess that he's doing that strategy, maybe look for a score a little bit, but other than that, Viper with a really amazing strat for Byzantines, and I think that's why I like the civilization. Now, Melkor going with a lot of those longswordsmen with villagers even. The monks starting to convert longswords, and Viper got like 6 at least. That's so strong how Viper is microing his monks so fast to get conversions. Now the monks can heal up, and the bombard cannons going back immediately because Melkor still looking good here, but the bombard cannons can also do a lot of damage. The villagers helping out. Pikeman upgrade done for Viper, I guess. Viper now a little bit of food in the bank. Could go for another bomber cannon, but I think he needs more monks right now. Yeah, sending them immediately. And now the rest of the long swordsmen could try and take down the bombard cannons. Melkor with the small victory, 19 more villagers. And with the long swordsman, he's actually doing the damage. Take a few bombard cannons down if you can. Viper only 2 monks, but those 2 monks again, 2 conversions. That means the long swordsman will be slowed down, and the bombard cannons can start and hit. But Melkor for now is fine, and he's sending more and more military units at this point. I have no idea how this game is going to end. I only know that Viper did a very fast Imperial Age. Right now, Viper a lot of wood in the bank. Still going for monks, but only 2 monasteries, not going for any more siege units. Doesn't have, I think he sold a stone, is that correct? Yeah, he must have sold a stone, that's something I didn't see, but it makes a lot of sense with the fast Imperial Age. Now he bought 100 stone to get a TC up, I guess, and monasteries coming up forward. Melkor 17 against Viper, 50 military units. And Viper with a few conversions, doing a lot of damage. Look at this, this is a beautiful army. And War Scholar coming in from the Viper, really strong. Melkor still with the Monk on the outside. Town Center coming up on the wood line. Actually, Viper rebuilt 2 of those mining camps, of those lumber camps, and still got 12 villagers on the main gold. Is he going for a 2nd or 3rd gold right now? No, not yet. Still staying on the main. And the 2 monasteries will be helpful for Viper because more monks faster inside Melkor space. They're going to be helpful. Now Melkor, I think at this point should add light cav, yes, but doesn't have a lot of stables. I only see the one that was just taken down. And Melkor adding stables now, but still going for the long swords. I think Viper, quite a lot of food in the bank at this point, doing scorpions. Look at this, this is interesting. Monastery, I guess Viper's gonna go for monks very soon. Moving in with the long swordsmen, taking down barracks, and those bomber cannons are just so strong at this point in the game. They're taking down buildings so fast. And look at this, 4, 5, 6 conversions for Viper again. This is just amazing. Melkor is losing so much army to conversions, and then the monks are able to actually heal their own units. But Viper also losing. The scorpions are helpful. I think Melkor needs a few more light cav and he would be fine. Viper may need to add in more pikemen, doing more monks. Actually, it's more monks coming in, scorpions coming in, and Melkor again losing a lot of military units. The KD for Viper. Look at this, Melkor lost 96 military units already. And we have Viper still with 4 bombard cannons, and they are not on full HP, but they are alive. They are really, really strong, and the monastery might go down next, or the stables here. Melkor trying his best to defend, but it's so hard to do. It looks so easy, it's so hard to play this, for both players actually. More monks on the way, Viper doing scorpions now, not adding in any pikemen. 2 TCs means 49 villagers at this point in the game. Low on gold, obviously, but Viper doesn't really need more gold. Still a dozen villagers on that gold. He needs to rebuild the mining camp soon, otherwise the villagers will walk forever to take gold in. And Viper sending a monk to have some line of sight. Let's actually see, what does Viper know about the map? He can see gold and stone here, but he also knows as long as he is inside Melkor's base, Melkor will feel the need to defend here, and that's what he needs to do. And that means also he will be busy with military and not focusing on the economy. Melkor 22 military units, again going for a lot of long swordsmen, going for a few light cav, but Viper 4 bomber cannons, 4 scorpions, more monks coming in, a few pikemen out to help, the forward barracks coming up. Viper still with a lot of wood in the bank, not so much gold, but Viper found his idle villages and going for that 2nd gold actually immediately. He needs the gold income. This is actually a very interesting point in the game, and Viper doesn't have a gold income. It can get dangerous, but Viper has enough army for a round to compensate. Melkor again trying to go in. The first monk starting to convert. That's 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 conversions. As far as I could count, the bomber cannons again hitting long swordsmen, and Viper again double the military units. This is just crazy. Bomber cannons and scorpions doing so much damage, and I think that's the point where Melkor might call it GG. Here we go, losing the rest of the army. Melkor didn't have resources left. Viper 31 against 6 military units. Amazing game by the Viper. I hope you liked the build order analysis as good as I could. Of course, I didn't look at it before. I just tried to live commentate on that, or on that recorded game, of course. So I hope you enjoyed this game. Let's see if I can find a few more. I won't have a lot of time around Easter, but I think I'm going to publish these games from now on next 2 weeks, and maybe APAC will be happening in the next tournament for Arena 1v1 or tournament. I don't know, for team game, I don't know. But see you there, see you in the next games. GG.